The first frost was here, and you can see the peppers. They didn't like the frost, and the aubergine as well. Oh, but here, look at this here. There was still a dragonfly. So now, on Sunday, we were here to winterize the garden. That means we put sticks into the water barrels, and it hasn't been raining a lot, but a stick is in here, make it safe when there's frost coming, and all the other water barrels are also. Then we put all the nectarine trees here close to the wall, as you can see here, and some of those artichokes are down here, but maybe I will put them into another room as well. The fig tree is in the little house, and I still have some potatoes to harvest. So, but all this had to be done before it's really getting cold. Now the sun is shining and you think it can be a nice day, and there can be some nice days again, but when it's very cold you cannot come to the garden, so it's better to have everything done. Look at those peppers here, and they still look good. The foliage still looks good compared to the one that was outside. That's the good thing about microclimates. You can see here's the wall, there's a roof on top and stones on the ground. That means it is much warmer in here. Now they're even, oh, how much is it? 20, no, it's not 20, 12 degrees. Outside it must be much cooler. I think this morning there was 6 degrees Celsius. So this is now some trees that need warmth, like a apricot tree that it's coming from a pip, from an apricot that I really liked. The nectarine trees I bought, but they look quite good this year. Look at these things I show you. They prepare already for next year. Everything is standing down here. Can you see those ones? Yeah, these things. So next year, I hope we will have many nectarines, if the raccoons are not going to eat them again. But I'm going to build a fruit cage so that we can have some as well. We will share, of course, with the animals, but some we want to eat as well. Yeah, some pots I've put in here into one of those raised beds. I filled it up with leaves. This is a sweet chestnut, a Moroni tree, and another apple tree. A young one is in there as well. It will help them when it's getting really cold here. Here are also leaves on top of those young trees, and they're in the raised bed together with the artichoke. I think this one, which is sitting here in front in the small pot, I might put it inside the house, and there's a little storeroom where I can put some stuff in as well. Yeah, there's still some things growing, and I think when it's not too cold in winter, I can come up and harvest some leeks and some lamb's lettuce, but the rest is really going to sleep now. Yes, look at the garden. I'm looking forward to summer already. Even though there was the first frost, the flowers are still looking really nice here. So it's a good idea to plant these ones, sweet alyssum and the calendula. So when bees are coming, or when there are 12 degrees Celsius plus in winter, I've seen some bumblebees, so they still find something where they can feed on. That's it now, I would say. Around of the garden. So today I still have to plant some tulips. So, and now I want to put some bulbs, tulips and daffodils into the ground. And look at this little one who found its place here. Hey, I store my bulbs in metal containers. I have to find a way to open them. You see, because last year the mice got them. So I have not so many, but I want to have those white ones here. And behind there I've planted already some white with pinkish edges, and these ones have to go in now. So this is a tiny little storeroom where we have tools and stuff, and it has a little window, and this is where my kumquat trees are going to overwinter. And down here I have some artichokes, and in the corner there is my moringa tree. The fig tree is in the little house. That I've heard or learned that they don't need light, but here those ones, the evergreens, they need light, and last year they managed to cope in here. They were really okay in spring. The foliage of those kumquat trees was much nicer than the ones that I overwintered at home on the balcony and inside the house, because inside the house it's too warm, even if I have it in a room where it's only 15 degrees, but they don't like that warmth in winter. The last tomatoes, I have to take them down today. I took most of them home, but then they were too tiny, and I thought I'll leave them here for another 2 days or 3 days, and then I take them home. So now I have to harvest the last potatoes, and then here's still some calendula. Some of it is already dry. I will take it home. There's some mint, strawberry mint, that will make a nice tea at home. The last potatoes, or the second ones. Wow, these ones look promising. Is it going? I still have those ones came out of that one. And now I thought I tried to film it, but one hand camera, on the other hand this one. But look at this here. Look at this, there's everything full. Oh, that's great. Those ones got some fertilizer, oh, look at that. Wow, that's crazy. Everything full of potatoes. That is crazy, that is great. So that's good. Now I have to use both hands. So this pot is empty, and this came out from one pot. It's not too bad. It's a nice meal, or several nice meals. In the big container it looks even more like more. So now the next pot is coming. Now the next pot has to be harvested. So that doesn't look bad. We see what's in there. In that pot are really some big ones. That looks good. Let me see what's coming out. In the second container there were not so many potatoes like in the first container. They are big, but not so many. And I think the reason is because it was too wet in there. It's soaking wet. So next time we know we shouldn't water the potatoes too much. But still, something nice to harvest and to eat. So that's why I came to the garden. I wanted to harvest these potatoes before the heavy frost is coming. And look what I found. I found another onion. But it was worthwhile to come up to the garden. It was really nice to harvest all of them. But I've learned something. Next year, we are not going to water the potatoes too much. Those strawberries, they still want to grow. I don't know if I shall harvest them now. Don't know. It's autumn and soon winter. Very important is before winter to prune your lavender, because if snow is falling on it, it can just break. So I do that now. I just show you. You have to leave always down here something where the next one comes out. And I'll show you how it is. It's a little bit difficult for me to hold the camera and do it at the same time, but I'll show you the result. So that's how it looks now. Could prune it a little bit more, but I'll leave it now like that. It took all of this away. In spring one can still prune it a little bit more. So if you don't neglect them, like that one, what I just pruned, then they should look like this. Very strong, filled up with foliage. So next time I have to take more care of that lavender there. I think they are still practicing, as if they don't want to go. Normally they have to go in the other direction, and now they're still going in this direction, trying to find the right formation. And they go down south, Spain, Africa, but not yet, looks like. I think I have some other footage where you can see how they go in a proper way. They're still practicing. It looks like as if they go higher up, maybe that they get better winds to fly. Well, yeah, we see. See you next year when you come back. Now I think they found the right formation. I don't see because the sun is in my eyes. I hope you can see it. Okay. So now they're on their way. But it was interesting to see how they start, and then now they have the line and they go down to the south. Bye-bye. When I see something that's interesting, like the birds on the sky, I just take off my gloves, throw them somewhere and run to get my camera, and then later I have to look for my gloves again. Oh yeah, I'm sure this happens to one of the other as well, with tools and stuff. So that's what I still have to do. I have to cut the asparagus. Let me see if that works. With one hand, no, it doesn't work. But maybe just one example. Look here, this is the thing, and I cut it down like this here. Let me see how it works. Come on, so that's it, and I do the rest with both hands. With these things, I'm holding it to stand upright when the foliage is all there. Now I'm gonna cut it. Come on. I see it through the camera. Okay, so that's how I do it. And then I think it's better to put it on the compost heap. I used to put it in there, but someone said it's not so good. So I will cut it into pieces and put it on the compost heap. That's how it looks now. I have to put some compost in and then leaves on top. And then it will be ready for next year, and we can harvest asparagus early in the year. Just looking forward to that. So here's the compost, and now the leaves can come. Fresh from the compost container, because it has been there for a year, so it's ready. Oh. And now some leaves are coming. Just for the moment. Maybe some more leaves will come later, but it's just that I don't feel bad. So that it can say now we have enough, that we're ready for winter. So now I wanted to cut this so that it's ready to go into the compost heap, and I found some seeds. I have to make sure that I put them back into the garden bed in here. So I don't know, 3 are found. Ah, there are more. Look here, there's one more. Let me take that one as well, and it goes in here. Can come next year. Even after the first frost, all this is still blooming. And here, the small cutting from the petunia is just starting to grow. But the coleus didn't make it. So I'm sure now this one is nothing for the cold. These ones are also still blooming. It's a little microclimate here, I would say. Protected by the wall. Yeah. But I'm just amazed that it's still blooming. Oh, I just checked if there's still peppers here on the tree, on this pepper plant. Look at this. 5th of November, and there's still peppers. Oh wow, I think I took the smaller ones down because I thought they are the biggest ones. What am I doing now? I just take the bigger ones and leave the small ones, and then we see. Maybe there will be peppers at Christmas here.